Hello, my friends. My name is Cheryl Spangler, and thank you for watching The Good Side of Crypto. Today in this video, we're talking about Coinly.io. This is the end result program I ended up finding, my personal opinion, that I loved so I could do one thing. I wanted it to be super easy to report what I have bought, sold, transferred, exchanged, you name it, taken back, cashed out of all my crypto to the IRS. The fact is that the IRS is coming for everyone who bought crypto, and they know who you are, okay? Even if you use a decentralized exchange and all this stuff and you never did KYC, I'm telling you, maybe you're someone that won't get caught. But otherwise, just lay it all out. Whatever you made, be transparent, take the hit, pay the tax, and move forward, because we're in an amazing time right now that you can make a lot of money, and you don't want everything taken. If you are reached out to by IRS first, you want to reach out to them. So just as a side note, if you have bought, sold, exchanged, transferred, or cashed out from buying crypto at any point in the last 3 years, I would suggest going back and amending your taxes. It's super simple. Just literally log on to TurboTax Online and start an amendment. And it's super simple if you have a program that you're able to use that can collect all the data. There for years, it's been really challenging to try to figure out, okay, well, you bought it on one exchange, you transferred to another to store it, then you sold it on that, but how do they know that that's actually where you sold it and what the profit was, what the loss was? So I started going through different videos, different programs, researching on my own, trying to find a program that would be super easy for me to add in all my wallets that I've ever used, okay? Some of them I had to re-download apps because I don't even use them anymore. Figure out how to log back in, create an API key, and add it to this program. And I did that to multiple programs. Did not pay for any of them except the one that I'm talking about today, which is Coinly.io. Because when it got down to it, it was like $250, $699, like $699 like per year. And who wants to pay that? If you want something that's under $100, more like 60, and it will do everything for you and create the perfect Excel spreadsheet of every purchase and every sale, every exchange, even when you cashed out. And they do it in the way that it needs to be, completely formatted. You do not need to even edit the spreadsheet. And you literally upload that into TurboTax Online, and it accepts it as is and comes up with the exact number of gain or loss that the Coinly.io came up with. Okay, so it comes up with your taxable gain or loss and says right away, that you don't need to file, or you don't need to report it, or you do need to report it. And then if you do, it gives you all the different formats you need to download. And there's one specific format that you need to use in order to upload seamlessly with no edits and no changes, and like literally in 5 seconds on TurboTax Online, so that it will be accepted and you can move on with your life. And it pre-populates that content from that spreadsheet inside of TurboTax. It pre-populates the buy-sell exchanges onto the proper form that the IRS needs. So you literally are doing nothing but going to this website, adding your wallets, downloading your final tax doc spreadsheet. It's a CSV file, uploading it into TurboTax, and boom, you're done. And everything, the number in Coinly.io should match up with the document that you upload once it's processed in TurboTax. That number of loss or gain should basically be the same. I have done this for 3 years. I went back actually and amended some, and it matched, and it was easy after I figured out a couple caveats. So I want to show you that today. So let's dive in right now. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all of the programs that I felt were basically shit and cost too much money and were basically being promoted by, YouTubers trying to make money or their friend made it or whatever it is, right? This was for me. This was something like I just need the end result and I need to get it into TurboTax so that I can file my taxes so I can feel good and not have this looming over my head. And every year, this is what I need. Now, I was torn, I will not gonna lie, I was torn between CoinTracker and Coinly. But in the end, it was easier for me to use Coinly. And I liked the end result better. I liked what it gave me better. I did not have to edit the fields or the columns or anything. So this is coinly.io. And I'm just sharing this with you because someone is watching this and they have not reported their cryptocurrency trades, buys, sells, exchanges to the IRS. And they're thinking they probably will never find out, or, it's not regulated yet, or screw them, or whatever it is you're thinking. You need to stop and know that you may get by with not being caught. But as someone who is currently going through training with IRS, for my own knowledge as an enrolled agent, I know that they already know what you've done. They already know. They're just waiting for some secondary red flag in your taxes to basically audit you. And when they come for you, instead of you sharing with them what you've bought, sold, or exchanged, it's going to be a lot worse. So anyway, I was like, okay, I need to go back and just do this, even if I owe taxes, right? So I amended a bunch of my, the last couple of years. And this is the program that I felt was the best. So you go to coinly.io and you click up sign up. Now you're not going to be charged any money until you go to download the actual documents you need. So go ahead and do a sign up. And once you pick an email to sign up with, you're going to be asked whether you're looking to manage your portfolio and taxes as an individual, or whether you're looking to manage your crypto portfolio and accounting as a business, or whether you're an accountant who will be managing other people's crypto buy, sells, and trades. And so I just said an individual. So press continue. And what do you want to use Coinly for? Tax reporting and portfolio tracking? Yes. If you just want to track your portfolio and not get access to the documents that you can download to import into your TurboTax or give to your accountant, then just say portfolio tracking only. And in that case, you'll have the ability to add all of your wallet addresses, or any wallet address actually, which is what we're going to do today, and track who's buying what. Maybe you just want to use it to track other people. So I'm going to say tax reporting and portfolio tracking because that's what I'm going to help you or encourage you to do today, which is to rethink the I'm not going to report it mentality. Instead, start respecting money. And what I mean by that, I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but I do a lot of life coach mindset stuff on other channels. And respecting money means you do not hide it, you're not greedy with it, you share it appropriately. You know what to do with it when it comes to you. You do not fear it. You do not just like worry about it. You respect it, and it will come back in massive respect back to you in large sums. I know this in personal experience, and just this is the way the law of the universe works. You respect money, and money will respect you by always providing for you. It will always be there for you. It will always be in abundance for whatever you need. But when you're in this mode and mentality of lack, hiding, fear, greed, hoarding it, like, and all this stuff, then you're not respecting it. So of course you're not going to get it. And things are going to start coming to you that are in a negative format. So let's get to it. Tax reporting and portfolio tracking, home country, United States, base currency, USD, press continue. Now, the very first thing that you're prompted to do is basically add a bunch of wallets. So let's say that you have 3 or 4 exchanges like crypto.com or KuCoin or something like that, that maybe you made an account on that you really don't do anything with right now. You have no plans to do anything. You did at some point, you were experimenting or whatever. You still need to go figure out and log back into those apps, download them, re-download them, log back in, get into them. Okay. Even if you have zero in there and you haven't done anything in a year, but you did something 2 years ago, get back logged in so you can create an API in that and add that API here. And so the reason for adding an API is so that you can constantly update and instantly update. But if you're someone who says, well, I had something and bought something, but basically I will never use that again, there's no reason for you to attach an API to this program and actually instantly, constantly update it. If you're not having a balance to update, then you would just go into that exchange that you once had an account with and did something on and download to an Excel spreadsheet or CSV or some file, download all the transactions that you did on that exchange, and you can upload them here. So you can either log into and connect an exchange that you have. And I found that Coinly.io provided me the most versatile integration into, at least for me, all of what I had, which I had some pretty obscure exchanges that I started on that I just never continued on, but I did initially create an account on. And anywhere you created an account, the IRS is going to know. Okay. So Coinbase, of course, is showing up number one, but also they integrate with KuCoin. And everyone knows that right now you're not supposed to create an account or do any trades on KuCoin in the United States. Binance, and then you can say, so let's just say you say, okay, let me connect my Coinbase account. You have two choices. You do not have to connect your Coinbase account if you're a freak about it. But what you can do, you can either set up auto sync, and if you click on that, it says you'll be redirected to Coinbase to grant read-only access to your account. That means they're not going to do trades on your money. They're not going to do that. They're going to simply read what you have ever done and are currently doing and currently have and import it. This does not give us access to move your funds. If you also trade on Coinbase Pro, you will need to add that account separately. So I'm not going to add that, because what I'm going to do for this test account for this video is I'm just going to go out and find an address on Etherscan and add that in. So let's go back and say, well, let's say you don't want to set up an auto sync, but you went to Coinbase yourself and downloaded all your transactions for the year of 2023, 22, 21, and 20, and you want to import them. Then you would choose import from file. And at that point, then so you can see up on the top, I'm on a free plan, but it still allows you to do everything until the point you go to download tax docs. And then it's going to say, okay, now you need to pick a plan if you've exceeded like the number of transactions that it allowed. So you're going to import the file. This is if you've gone to every exchange that you've ever had an account with and downloaded the year's transactions, which I recommend doing as a backup. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up. I have a file in my downloads folder called test crypto transactions. Let's open that and import it. Now, this is a test crypto transaction spreadsheet in the format that Coinbase would have downloaded. Because obviously this test example, I'm importing a file from Coinbase. So you go to your Coinbase, you download the transactions for that year, it creates it as a CSV file, and then you simply upload it. You can do auto detect or choose your time zone, and then say import. Now you're going to do this with every single exchange that you created an account on, even if you had zero and never did anything. Why? Because you just want to get a complete picture for yourself. Now, this is not transmitting anywhere. This is not going to IRS right now. This is simply just you updating everything you've ever done so you can get a grasp on where you're at right now. And then you can just say back to wallet. So let's say you go to dashboard. It's going to import, synchronize, and give you an idea of, based on every single wallet that you enter in, everything you ever bought, ever exchanged, ever sold. But one thing I want to tell you after going through a lot of these programs, so at a glance, okay, before you have to pay and before you have to do anything, at a glance, you're going to be able to see that you've got what you did, your total current value, how many transactions you did, any unrealized or realized gains or losses, any NFTs that you hold, which none are showing here in the test one. And then this is a tax optimization. That's a beta feature, actually. Don't mess with that. Just right now, your only goal is these three things. You want to add all your wallets, you want to review all your transactions, and then you want to download your tax reports. But before you do that, I want to show you one thing. I want you to go to settings and change the cost basis to highest cost basis. That's the highest in, first out cost method. Talk to your accountant about it. I just know that that's what you want to choose when it creates your reports. And do a save, because as you know, by default, it said first in, first out. And you want it to say highest in, first out. And then basically you can fill out this personal information if you want. And then let's go back to dashboard. Here's your overall review. Here's the wallets that you have imported, the number of transactions, what you owned, did buy, sold, all that. Over here, the three dots basically just says that you can import a new file. Like let's say you have purchased, sold, traded, whatever, Coinbase for the last 3 years. And you download each year individually for your own reporting. And then you would just one by one upload each file, import file. It imports it. It would take the 132 transactions for that 1 year. Then you would say import file again from here, okay, for year number 2 for Coinbase. And it would add to the 132 transactions. Let's say you would end up with 500 transactions. And then you would just import another file. So in Coinbase, you're simply adding all the years of transactions here, okay? So if you're confused about what I did add a counter wallet. I clicked on the exchange. I said import file. I browsed my hard drive to the file I already downloaded. I chose my time zone. I did an import. At that point, when it does the import, let's delete this so that we don't have that there. When it does the import, you have a line item for Coinbase, and if you have other years of transactions you want to add to this, you would simply go to the three dots and say import file. And now you're just simply importing file number 2, which is year number 2, really, onto that one line. And so it dynamically updates. You can see on the left, your portfolio has been updated. And over here, you can see transactions, everything that was sent or received, whatever. You can actually alter them. If, let's say, your wallet got scammed and someone stole from you, which actually has happened to me twice since I've been in the crypto world, then you have the ability to zero it out. Because obviously, if you bought something for, God forbid, $8,000 and you got scammed out of it, then you didn't make any money, even though it did leave your wallet. So you can actually make it look like zero, and it won't make a problem for you when you upload this to the TurboTax. So if you do see a transaction and you have a missing purchase history, that's probably because you bought it on another exchange or wallet, and you moved it over to Coinbase, and then you sold it or moved it or exchanged it. So you're going to need to add all of your wallets, and it will literally track it. It is amazing. So let's go up here. You can see transactions, and then here you can see tax reports. Well, let's say you've gone in and you've added all of your wallets. You've gone into the wallet section, and you're going to add another one. You've added all of your, and so by the way, if you want to do MetaMask, yes, of course, you can do MetaMask. One side note is you have to do MetaMask Ethereum chain. Make sure you then also change your MetaMask wallet to Binance chain. And even though, as you know, in MetaMask, your wallet address is the same technically visually for that wallet, even though you have the Binance chain, the Ethereum chain, the Polygon chain, all these different chains, right? See all these different chains that you can have added to your one MetaMask wallet address. It recognizes them and the cryptos differently. So you will need to change in your MetaMask change to each chain, download those transaction histories, and upload. So, or you can simply say, I want to connect my MetaMask wallet. And in that respect, it will automatically pull in your ETH. But then, like if you set up auto sync, you're connecting directly to your wallet where it auto syncs all your transactions in the past and in the present. If you import from file, you will need to continue to remember the day you imported, and from that day forward, then import another one. I recommend just connecting them, okay? But the point is that if you connect your MetaMask wallet Ethereum chain and it automatically connects and pulls in all your transactions, then you will have to go back here, type in the MetaMask, and say, now I want to connect my Matic chain on my same MetaMask wallet. So you will need to do that. So it's just going to take some time, and you're just going to be like, meticulous about it. And once you get everything added, and try to find any old ones that you've lost or whatever, and log back into those and find those, then you have everything. And it'll always be able to find when you bought, when you exchanged, when you transferred, and when you sold. And anything that you lost, you can zero out. So let's say you've added all your wallets and you can view all your transactions. If this is overwhelming to you, all you really need to know is, what do I got to send IRS? So you go to tax reports, and it says, okay, well, we detected some issues with the following wallet. Click on each wallet to review the issue before continuing. Okay, well, what did it find? Well, let me click on the Coinbase wallet I imported. One transaction is missing a purchase history. Well, that is either because I did not import and add a wallet where I originally bought it. Okay, now this is test data, but it still has a missing purchase history. Either you did not add the wallet where you originally bought it, or it's something that you were gifted, it was rewards, it was, how you get these airdrops sometimes. So then you don't own the wallet that it comes from. But then you go over here and say, review missing purchase history. And it says, missing purchase history of whatever, 0001 ETH. And if for whatever reason, this is not something that you can either find the wallet that it came from, you don't remember it, it was an airdrop of something, you can go over here to these three dots, click it, and you can label it, tag it, okay, or delete. When you go to delete, you have two options. You're either going to soft delete, which is going to remove it from the overall net loss or gain, or you can delete permanently. We're gonna say, let's delete permanently. Now I'm going to go back, click on wallets, transactions, tax reports, and it still is saying review needed. And when I review, it says no issues detected. So we're just going to leave it. So now that you've added all your wallets, you've reviewed your transactions, anything that it said that it had a problem with, you're going to notice, let me look at something a second, that if you uploaded files that were bought, purchased, transferred, exchanged, or sold in 2021, okay, now this software only goes back to 2020, but you can still do custom. If you uploaded, let's say, 2021 data, that's where you'll need to go to find the net loss or gain. If you uploaded 2022 only, and you can see here it's 0, my test data was for 2021. So when you go to tax reporting, you're going to have an option to say, what year's tax report document am I looking for? Well, what did you upload content about? Did you upload every single year? Are you trying to go back and amend your taxes? Are you trying to report to IRS from 2020? You have to choose the year. So let's just say, go back to 2020. My test data, I believe, was for 2021. Click on 2021, and you will see that it straight up says how many transactions, how many deposits, withdrawals, trades, 0 transfers, and that there's a capital gain profit of $3,975 that needs to be reported on your TurboTax or given to your accountant to report on your taxes for that year of 2021. It's okay if you go back right now and do all the prior years and just amend your tax return. Whoop-de-doo. You're going to them before they're coming to you. Okay. So you can see that you can click on these little I information dots and see that this is your income from airdrops, forks, or loan. And here, these are gains on futures and derivatives. And this is your straight up profit, capital gains, profit and loss from any crypto that you bought or sold. And so you're going to get this final number. You're going to see this green check, and you're going to know that you need to download this document because you're not at a loss, and you therefore have to pay taxes on this $3,975. And so you're going to come down here and you're going to click on select, and you're going to be given the option for all these downloads. And you can go through for every year and download every single one of these documents. But I'm telling you right now that the one document, the only document that you actually need is called TurboTax Online Gain Loss. I do also recommend downloading the complete tax report. It gives you a PDF, but the TurboTax Gain Loss is a document that you can then click on and say download report. If you have not bought a plan that allows you a number of transactions, which we're going to go on right now, if you have not bought a plan from coinly.io, they're not going to allow you to download the tax documents, but this is the one you need. This is the one you want. TurboTax Online Gain Loss. It is the format that TurboTax will accept and allow you to upload with no edits necessary. If you go, so, it auto-populates all the things I bought, sold, and traded into the IRS form 8949 and does my Schedule D. Wow, that's cool. Don't do it unless you are a tax accountant preparing those documents for other people. Otherwise, you just need the actual TurboTax Online Gain Loss document, which comes out as a spreadsheet, so that you can upload that spreadsheet to TurboTax. Okay, if you're an individual, download the gain loss. If you're an accountant, then you would want to pre-populate for other people and their taxes. But it also does the TurboTax Desktop, Tax Act, and then the complete tax report is like a description of everything. And then it separately can do all these other reports. But I'm telling you that the one that your tax software needs or your CPA needs truly as an individual is TurboTax Online Gain Loss. So right now I do not have a plan, so I can't download it. So how do you do a plan? View plans. Now, if you view plans, it basically says, okay, we're going to charge you the cost of how many transactions we're having to analyze. And so here, on this right here, all right, right here, your transactions. You have 131 in this year. So this test data shows 131 transactions in 2021. And so it basically categorizes you, said, oh, you're over that 100 transaction mark of being able to do it for $49. So you are going to need to pay $99 for anything 1,000 transactions imported or less. Now, I went to Google and was like, saw that there was a promo code option here. And I was like, okay, I need a promo code. So I just went to Google, coinly.io, promo code coupon. Searched for it. I saw this third thing. You can see I clicked on it already. 30% off Coinly promo code. I wonder if that works. I clicked on it and I basically said 30% off any Coinly crypto tax plan. Okay, cool. See promo code. It's promo 30. Copy promo 30. Go back to your Coinly plan. Paste it in. Apply coupon. Boom, it still works. I mean, it's January 3rd, 2024 right now. But it'll work the entire month of January. It said promo code for January. And you get it for $69. So what I'm saying is that you can do your entire year's tax returns and get the documents you need in probably 10 minutes. If you have 1,000 transactions or less, you can do it for $69. If you are someone who only has 100 transactions, then you can take 30% off $49. And I just did this by Googling. Okay, this is not something I'm promoting inside this video as my promo code. It's just something I found because I was trying to spend as least money as possible. Now, if you're someone who's going back to 2020, 21, 22, and 23, and in all those 4 years, you have like 10,000 transactions, then you're going to end up having to pay $279, use the promo code to get 30% off. And because in order for you, because if your transactions like are spanning these years and in total you import all these wallets and you have done over 10,000, then you're going to end up spending $279. My recommendation is if you're going back years to do this document, don't import, but only 1 year at a time. Just start with the farthest year back that you haven't done it and import that year so that you can keep it at 1,000 or less. And then just do the promo code, pay $70 and like get that done. But if you're just someone who's trying to do 2023, what I'm just saying is it's based on the number of transactions, how much you pay, but there is a promo code out there for the month of January. So get a grip on this and get a head start from people. So that's what you do. You put in that, you say buy now. And then when you go to tax reporting after you buy it, then you'll be able to click on the year, see that you have a gain, and you'll be able to download the report. Now the report downloads into an Excel format. I think I have a test document that I can show you right now. Okay, so this is a test Excel document download from Coinly that basically just has an amount, a currency name, a purchase date, a sold date, a cost basis, and proceeds. This document, as is, literally needing no changes, can be uploaded into TurboTax